Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rich Life channel. Today, I'm going to share something with you that completely changed the way I think about money. And no, it's not some get-rich-quick scheme. It's actually a book called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. I know, money talk can feel heavy or confusing, but trust me when I say this book is a game changer. It's not just about how to manage your money, it's about how you think about it. And that shift in mindset, it can change everything. Honestly, it changed my life, and I think it can do the same for you. Part 1. A Mindset Shift. Before I read The Psychology of Money, I was like most people, caught up in the hustle, trying to get ahead and constantly worrying about money. I wanted to earn more, spend more, and always had the next financial goal in mind. But I wasn't thinking about the why. Why was I doing all of this? And more importantly, was I making decisions that would actually lead to financial freedom, or was I just stuck in a cycle of short-term thinking? The Psychology of Money. Change your mindset. Morgan Housel makes it clear that wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how you think about money. This book taught me that. I realized that the decisions I made weren't always about the smartest financial strategy. They were often driven by emotions, impulses, or outdated beliefs I didn't even realize I had. The Psychology of Spending and Saving. All right, let's talk about spending and saving. How many times have you bought something on impulse and regretted it later? Or maybe you've been so focused on saving that you miss out on enjoying life now. Impulse versus purposeful spending. The psychology behind spending often comes down to immediate gratification versus long-term goals. If you're constantly looking for ways to feel good in the moment, you might make impulse purchases. But if you understand your long-term goals, whether it's saving for a house, retiring early, or traveling the world, you're more likely to make decisions that align with those goals. Person happily saving money versus impulse buying. The key here is to find a balance. Yes, it's important to enjoy life and splurge occasionally, but being mindful of your spending habits helps you align your money decisions with your bigger goals. Part 2. Long-term thinking and patience. One of the biggest takeaways from this book was the idea of long-term thinking. Housel talks about the power of time and patience in building wealth. And honestly, this is something that hit me hard. I used to be all about quick wins and fast success, whether that was a new investment opportunity or splurging on the next best thing. The power of patience. But the truth is, real wealth is built by making consistent, small decisions over time. It's about playing the long game. Compound interest is powerful, but it only works if you give it time to work. And once I started thinking long-term, things started changing. I stopped chasing immediate gratification and started focusing on sustainable growth. Compound interest graph growing over time. It was liberating. I stopped stressing about getting rich fast and started focusing on slowly building the kind of financial security that would last me for years. And the crazy thing is, when I stopped obsessing over now, my money started growing in ways I didn't expect. The role of risk and luck. One risky, one stable. Another powerful lesson from Housel is about understanding risk and luck. Before reading the book, I didn't realize how much random chance played into people's financial journeys. Sometimes people become wealthy because of luck, not just skill. And that doesn't mean they didn't deserve it, but it does mean that we can't always control everything. Luck versus risk. I remember reading a part where Housel talks about how someone can work their whole life to become successful, but a lot of it depends on when and where they started. That made me realize that while I can control my actions a lot of the time, there's an element of timing, of luck, or even just the randomness of life that plays a big role. Someone working hard, but a lucky break changes their fortunes. And that realization helped me let go of the pressure to have it all figured out immediately. Some things are out of my control, and that's okay. What I can control is making the right decisions day in and day out, even when I don't know what the future holds. Wealth is what you don't see. This next part really struck a chord with me. Wealth is what you don't see. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with images of luxury, it's easy to think that wealth means living in a big house or driving a fancy car. But Housel flips that on its head and makes you realize that true wealth is often invisible. It's the money you don't spend, the investments you quietly grow, the habits you cultivate over time. True wealth is invisible. That really changed the way I thought about spending and saving. It made me realize that the richest people aren't the ones with the flashiest lifestyles. They're often the ones quietly saving, investing, and living below their means. That shift in thinking is what helped me focus less on showing off and more on building something that would last. Financial freedom through mindset. Seriously, now here's the most life-changing thing this book taught me. Financial freedom is about mindset. You don't need millions to have financial freedom. You need control. You need the ability to make choices without being worried about paying your next bill or how to afford the next big thing. Financial freedom is about control. Before, I used to think that being financially free meant having tons of money in the bank. But now, I realize that true freedom is knowing that you're in control of your finances. It's having peace of mind that no matter what happens, you've got your future secured because of the smart choices you made today. A life changed by mindset. So, to sum it up, the psychology of money changed the way I think about wealth and money. It helped me realize that financial success isn't just about making the right choices, it's about having the right mindset. If you can get your head in the right place and make decisions that align with long-term goals, your relationship with money can change. Shift your mindset, change your life. And that's what I want for you too. If you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, remember that it's all about the mindset. Start small, focus on the long game, and most importantly, be patient with yourself. Wealth is a journey, not a sprint. If you've read The Psychology of Money, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't, I highly recommend picking it up. This book might just change the way you think about money, just like it did for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who could use a little shift in their money mindset. Until next time, take control and let your money work for you.